Hello again. This is Dexter Donnell. This is Lyric Donnell. Today we're going to talk about credit. Now we're not going to get really deep into the topic. I normally, when I'm talking about credit and dealing with credit, I prefer people to deal with the loan officer or with my LO. They can kind of give you a better idea of what you can qualify for and what you can't qualify for. But there are some things that you can kind of do, when it comes to your credit. So we just want to kind of, hit on it a little bit. We're not going to go, too much detail in it. We're just going to try to hit on it a little bit and see what we can kind of come up with. Because I know a lot of times, people would try to get a home, but they're just not really sure what to do, about the credit. We've talked about it before. We may have sent you information on it as well. But I think that's a very important thing, because if your credit is not there, therefore it's going to be real difficult, to even buy a home. But good thing is that there are certain things, you can do in order to fix your credit, right? So basically what we're going to do is first, we're going to do a little housekeeping, right? We call it housekeeping, right? Basically, if you want to get in contact with us, you can find us at Donnell 40 Acres. That's the IG, right? Go in and log in and you'll see us there. Also, you can hit us up. Donnell 40 Acres is the same, but this is through our YouTube channel, as you can see, right? You can go in, once you see us, Donnell 40 Acres, put the thumbs up, right? Thumb it up, right? Subscribe, right? And if you have any comments or anything, you can go in and type those comments, or anything you want to talk about, any concerns, in the real estate topic, just, type that in and let us know, and, we'll talk about it. Or you can also get in contact with us on our Facebook page. Donnell, I should say Dexter Donnell, take out one of the L's at the end, right? Donnell. That is the Facebook business page. You can contact us on. You can also message, and go to the messenger and hit us up there as well. But like I said, any concerns or anything that you need to know about your real estate business,
we got the answers.
Yeah, we have the answers. Yeah. We're here to help you, right? We want you to succeed in purchasing your home, right? Hey, generational wealth, that's what we call it. Very important. You can get that home, live in it for many years, pass it down to your next family member, and just keep passing it. And hopefully, they can buy something as well, which will help them, along the way. Hey, let's build some generational wealth by buying a home. This is the best time to do it. Also, too, how can they get in contact with you as well?
My personal Instagram is Donnelllyric, and so that's LAHLYRIC, and my personal Gmail account is Donnelllyric@gmail.com. And of course, I'll link everything below for you guys.
All right, sounds good. Perfect. All right, so credit, very important. The first thing I would say is, and I'm going to grab this piece of paper right here. So what I want to do is I want to give you that number. So number, that you can call in order to get your credit, reports, right? It's 3 credit bureaus. What you want to do is you want to actually get those credit reports first, because if you don't have the credit reports, then therefore you don't even know what's going on with your credit, right? You want to be able to pull those credit reports every year. You should be able to pull at least one credit report for free. They'll send it to you. You can go over it. You can kind of look and see, what's happening, with your credit. I know also too, they have a process where you can go in, and they have certain pay services that you can get as well. Go in there and, kind of read up on it and see if it makes sense to you. Not promoting it. This is just something you can do on your own when you go inside. And if you feel that you need some kind of credit monitoring or something like that, to make sure no one gets in there, right, and messes with your credit, that's something you could do, right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to give you the number, okay? The number is 1-877-322-8228. I'm going to say that again, right? It's 1-877-322-8228. This is the Federal Trade Commission site. Very important. Because the Federal Trade Commission, they look at all that stuff. They want to make sure that you're not getting scammed. I know there's a lot of credit agencies out there, that make all these promises. Hey, we can fix your credit. They're going to charge you, right? I mean, they have some consumer credit places too that you can actually go to, and they're free, right? It doesn't cost you anything for the help. But the good thing about it is a lot of stuff you can just do on your own. You know, you just have to go in there and you just basically have to see what's on your credit report. Now, keep in mind, if you do owe something, I mean, if you really legitly owe it, right? Hey, you may have to end up paying it, right?
Yeah.
You may have to end up paying it, yeah. But sometimes it's, oh yeah, we'll take it off your credit, right? But what will end up happening is once they take it off, hey, it may end up back on your credit again. So it really didn't do you any good, right? So you want to probably pay that off. But I will say this, if you have old debt, you know, that is on there, and you feel, I said, some type of way about it, right? That you really don't want to pay it. You figure the debt is too old, or I don't know, it could be any kind of situation.
Right.
You can actually, once you get your credit report, there is information in that credit report that you can actually sign and just look at whatever the account numbers are on that actual reporting piece that you're looking at. You can write that in the dispute column and tell them why you're disputing it, right? You don't have to pick up the phone and call the person that's doing it. Because you know, a lot of times what happens is, hey, they sell that credit, right? And they may sell it to an unscrupulous person that may be trying to take advantage of you, right? So you want to be very careful, you know, calling those credit agencies up. And when I say agencies, the ones that's actually collecting from you. Because they've been proven time and time again to do some underhanded things, right? And kind of trick you. So you want to be very careful, you know, when you're dealing with these credit agencies. So I would say the first thing you want to do is challenge, you know, the credit report if it's something that doesn't seem right, right? Show as much proof as you can, you know, to actually challenge whatever that is, right? Because at the end of the day, what's going to end up happening is it may not need to be on that credit. And if it's old enough, it may not need to be there. Because I know sometimes when they sell stuff off, what may end up happening is that credit collector may call you or send you some information saying, hey, we are a legal team of such and such, and, you know, respond in 30 days or we're going to come get you. Nah, that's not always true. Yeah. They're probably sending out hundreds and thousands of those letters, right? Just to see who's going to buy it. Because a lot of times they don't even know the information. Yeah, they have no idea. True. They just have a little piece of the information, right? That they may have gotten from a bulk of just bad credit stuff, right? So basically what they're doing is that they're actually sending just hundreds and thousands of those out and see who's going to buy it. Because once you pick up that phone and you tell them who you are and they can verify some certain things, then they may have you on the hook, right? They're very tricky. So you want to be very careful. I wouldn't say call them first. But if you do call them, even though you feel that it may be you or there's some kind of discrepancy, never say that it's you. Never verify it. You know, because they need to basically go back. You can tell them, says, look, I don't know who this is. I don't know what's going on. But whoever the original person is that sent this to me, it needs to go back to them and they need to send it to me. You know, because I don't know who you are. Kind of like that. Because once you verify it, then therefore, guess what? You're locked in. So you don't want to verify it. But let's just say, for instance, if there is something that you do have on there that you feel that you know want to get rid of, and if you can, you know, negotiate the discount on it or get it at a lower price, or you may see something that may be mailed to you that says, oh, it's a $10,000 bill, but we're willing to pay it off at $2,000, right? And on there it says we'll settle for less on there, right? Now, if you feel that, hey, you know, this is something that I owe, I don't want to pay the 10 grand or whatever that is, but I will pay that lesser amount. The first thing you want to do is get on the phone with them. It's okay. Just get on the phone with them. And you just basically tell them, says, yeah, you know, you guys sent me this thing or whatever you sent me. I don't know what's going on with it, right? I have no idea. Only thing I know is it's basically this. It's kind of causing some issues. I'm not verifying anything. I'm just saying, hey, they're coming at me for whatever reasons, and it's kind of slowing me down, right? But I see that you said that whoever it is can pay $2,000 or whatever the deal may be. I tell you what, we could get this out of both of our lives, and send me a letter. They can email it to you, right, or mail it to you. Doesn't matter how you do it, but tell them to delete it. You want this deleted.
So what's the point if it's not deleted?
That's right. You don't want to pay it, and it's paid in full or whatever. No, because that's still on your credit. That's a bad mark. You want them to actually get rid of it, to remove it. Meaning they need to type that in a letter with their letterhead on it, saying that they will remove it once you pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? So you have that letter basically saying right here. So if anything ever happens, it doesn't matter, because now guess what? You got it on the letterhead. You just go basic to whoever that credit reporting agency, whether it's TransUnion or Equifax, whoever it is, you can actually just write into them, send that letter over. Based on that information, they'll remove it. So you won't have those problems. Okay, because like I said again, a lot of times people feel a certain type of way, when they're trying to remove credit. They just get really nervous about it. They think they're coming to get me.
Yeah.
They're going to get me. But a lot of times, that's not even, the case. It's not even the truth. I mean, even if something, I'm going to tell you something. This is a trick right here. This is just how it is. I know a lot of times, on your credit report, there may be something on there that basically says that, okay, you may owe rent to someone, right? It may be on there. Now, keep in mind, normally that right there is public records. That's down at the courthouse, right? That's something down at the courthouse. So if you ever see that on your credit report that's standing out that you owe rent, now, obviously, you may not have an eviction on there. That's a whole different topic, right? But let's just say, for instance, that there's no eviction, but they, on your credit report, said that you still owe a balance. And it's coming up on your credit report. I mean, when you pull it, you see it, is there wide open. This is what you do. This is how you solve that problem. Okay, whenever it comes to you, what you want to do is, you can verify this. You can call downtown, right? You can literally call downtown, because remember, it's public records. And you can ask them if they communicate with the credit reporting agencies. Most of the time they don't. A government entity like a courthouse, they do not communicate back and forth. Because normally what happens is that the credit reporting agency, they have to be able to verify that information. And if they're not communicating with the courthouse, how can they verify it? So you can challenge them on that. You can say, well, the courthouse doesn't verify it. I need some sort of document showing that it was verified through the courthouse. They don't have that document because they don't verify. They have to remove it.
That's the ultimate hack.
Hey, that's a nugget right there, right?
Yeah, wow.
That's a nugget, right? And then also, too, look, hey, if you have an eviction or something like that on there, always remember, now, you most likely won't see it on your credit report. If you do, that's kind of weird because that's not happening. But obviously, it's going to be in the public records. If it's in the public records, obviously, you want to go down there and you want to get that removed from the public records, right? But most of the times what they do is they'll also have a bill down at the public records too, right? Now, we're not talking about the credit report though. We're talking about on the public records. When they go and try to run you, even for an apartment rental or something like that, they'll see the eviction thing that may come up. So always remember this. If you own an apartment complex, you make sure that you follow up before you walk out of that apartment complex. You make sure that they send you a letter. You make sure you got a copy of that. I don't care if it's emailed or wherever it's at. You make sure you have a copy, because most of the time, and a lot of times, the apartment complex won't move the eviction off of your record, even though you paid. So if that happens, that's going to mess you up if you can't prove it. But if you have that information, then therefore you'll be okay, because you can always take that information down to the courts, literally down to the courts and challenge this. Look, I paid it. I need you guys to remove it, and they'll take it off. A lot of times people lose their paperwork, so therefore they can't get the eviction out. And guess what? The apartment complex, they're not going to help you. They're not going to do anything, you have
to be very proactive.
You got to be very proactive. You got to be very aggressive. You can't stop. As I was saying with the eviction, You want to be, like I said, very proactive at it. You want to be very aggressive until, like I said, you have that piece of paper in your hand that clears you. As long as you have that piece of paper in your hands, whether it's through some kind of email or some kind of just mailing to you, you go out and pick it up, whatever, that's going to protect you because that's part of your credit, right? That's part of your being able to move around. And a lot of these apartment complexes, not all of them, but you get some that they're very shady. Mm-hmm. They're shady, okay? So you just have to be careful because it doesn't affect them. Yeah. So don't just walk away from an apartment. Don't ever do that because without getting something signed, something in writing. Always when you go into an apartment, in the very first day you walk into that apartment, make sure they give you a piece of paper where you can sign off that everything is cool in an apartment or whatever the problems are. Write it in there, or even if you have to write on a piece of paper, get them to sign it. Because if something tore up, you won't be responsible for it.
They'll put that on you.
They will put it on you. That's right. Always have a paperwork. I don't care, even if they don't have the paper. Yeah. You need to go through that apartment the first day and write everything down. I know it may sound kind of hectic. Take pictures if you have to. Take pictures and everything because it'll timestamp it, right? Take that to them, make sure it's signed off and everybody's cool. And then when you move out, do the same thing. You do not want to be held responsible. They will make that. You know what? They will hold you responsible, meaning it ain't even your responsibility, but they'll get some free paint, they'll get some free money, and they'll hurt your credit. So be careful. That's part of the credit thing. So you want to be very careful about that, right? So whenever you actually are looking at these reports, just make sure, and don't challenge everything on there. Meaning, I'm just going to challenge the whole report. Right. Yeah, come on, that's kind of out there a little bit, right?
Be reasonable.
Be reasonable, right? Pay whatever you owe. If it's a credit card, make sure that you don't go above 30% of what the value of the credit card is at any given time. Meaning that if you do go above that percentage, let me just make it really simple for you. If it's $1,000 limit credit card, 30% of that is $300. So you want to be at $300 or less. If you have a balance. If you want to have a running balance, make sure that it's $300 or less. Because if it's anything above that, it messes up your debt to ratio. And it may even lower your credit score. But if you keep it under $300, meaning under 30%, or even 25%, you're going to have better credit. It's going to move it forward, right? Or if you want to, pay it off every 2 weeks. Just clear it out and then do it over again and just clear it out. That'll help your credit too. So don't leave an ongoing balance on your credit card that's above that because that's not helping your credit at all. Yeah. You may think you're doing a good thing, you're paying your credit card on time, you're paying that little $25 or whatever they charge you. Don't look like $25 and you think you're doing good, but then you look at your credit like, man, it went down or it didn't move. Right. So no, you don't want to be part of that game. And you don't want to have a lot of credit cards anyway. Yeah. You just don't, because it's going to be a situation where it's going to hurt your debt to ratio. Debt to ratio means a lot when you're getting ready to get that loan. They're going to look at that debt to ratio because if they feel that your debt is too high, then guess what? That's going to lower your amount that you can get as far as the amount for the house. But at the same time, it's going to hurt your situation as far as maybe even getting a house because your debt to ratio may be so off, right? So a lot of times people get kind of caught up on the down payment, and you want to have some money, but what I'm saying is what hurts you more is those debt to ratios, right? Because if it's too high, you're in trouble. And don't just automatically go close out a credit card account either, because that can hurt you. Yeah. Don't close it out. Yeah, because if you got credit cards, just utilize them for essentials. If you're going to the store to get gas, the money that you have in your bank account already, go get the gas with the credit card, pull that money out of your bank account, and then pay that card right back. Yeah. Yeah, don't just go willy-nilly out there and just start buying, diamonds and whatever, you buy, get the hair done and did and, the nails did, Right. You ladies be doing that, right? Getting the hair done, getting the nails did, and all that stuff, the pieces and the books and, everything. The eyelashes, huh? Yeah. Get it all.
We love it all.
That's right.
Don't go crazy. Do it. Only use it for bills if you have to, and gas and groceries.
Without a doubt.
So you don't dig yourself in a hole.
Without a doubt.
It's easy to do that if you're not responsible. I see people do it all the time.
That's true, honey. Got to be conscious, right? Got to be conscious of it. But yeah, whatever you actually utilize that card for, make sure you can pay it back.
Yeah.
Because it ain't income. All right. And make sure if you get a card, make sure it's a money card. Right. And I mean like a Visa, MasterCard. I know sometimes they sell the Walmart cards and like Target cards. Just use your money card to get that. One. Yeah. You still need for that, because you can kind of get caught up in that. Because you only got to use it at Target. So if you got to use it at Target, you may buy some things, that you can't pay back or, it's going to take you a while.
Crazy too. I wouldn't even.
It's kind of like drugs, you don't want to get caught up on that. Like I said, with those cards, you want to be careful. I'm not saying don't get department store cards, but realistically, I would say no. Okay, now obviously you're going to do whatever you feel, but I would say no. You want to just see if you can get maybe like a Capital One or whatever, some kind of money card, because the money card is always going to be more useful anyway, because you can take that card and use it for a lot of different things, right? You're not just set for one situation. Now, you may have a card that's $10,000, $20,000 or something like that. I would say people that have cards like that, use it for assets, right? You may want to buy something with it, right? That's going to gain you assets. Then you can always pay it back. But never just go on a spending spree, because at the end of the day, you're going to be in your brain like, oh man, I got this debt, it's killing me. So it's not as much as having the card, it's as much as not being responsible, with the card. Yeah. So that kind of, gets you in the end. You want to be, very mindful. You always want to check your credit reports to see if there's anything on there fraudulent, or someone may have dipped in there and put stuff on there. Because, the credit, your credit is, valuable to you. It's going to put you in a situation where you'll be able to move around better. Also, too, when you get in the house, and I'm going to say this, and you guys heard it from me, and what I mean by that is that when you buy a house from us, right, we're going to tell you again, but there shouldn't be an issue with this, right? Don't go out and buy a brand new car. Do not do this, all right? Especially when you're trying to buy a house. Don't do it. It's going to hurt your debt to ratio. They're going to charge you double the price of the car. It may stop you from getting the house. Yeah. Okay, it's going to ruin your debt to ratio. Look, if you want to get your credit up, there's a lot of things you can do besides buy a car. Like I said, just get a credit card. You don't need a $40,000 car to get your credit up. Get a $500 credit card and utilize that. That's going to do the same thing. But at the same time, guess what? The debt is going to be way less. Yeah. But if you have to get a card, try to pay cash for it. I know that's kind of hard for some people because, we got to flex. I know you guys want to flex, your ride and everything. But at the end of the day, you're going to be flexing because you're going to have your house.
That's the real flex.
That's the real flex. So just be very mindful, when it comes to watching these car commercials, especially Christmas is coming. They're going to be shooting these car commercials out there like no tomorrow.
Wait until after you get your house.
Wait till you get your house then. If you want to do that, I'm not saying don't go out and buy a new car. I'm not saying that. I'm not a car hater. Yeah. I'm not against the people out there, that's out there, working in those dealerships. Peace out to them. I love them. Hey, love them. Hey, get your money. I know you guys out there hustling too. I'm not against you guys. Hey, matter of fact, I want to sell you guys a house too. Right. But at the same time, just be mindful. Once you get the house, then go out and get your car. Go out and flex. Yeah, if you want a brand new car, if you want a car for $40,000, whatever, go get it, right? Live your life, right? But just wait till you get the house first because it's going to hurt your debt to ratio. It's especially with the down payment and stuff, we want to make sure that we have enough money, for the down payment, and we want to make sure we have your debt to ratios in line and your job. You want to make sure that you're consistent on your job. But at the same time, there's other ways, if you own your own business, you can kind of set up certain things, put certain things in place, especially, when you're dealing with our LO. She'll be able to tell you exactly what you need to do, in order to work with, an LLC. Because if you're in a business, you need an LLC anyway. I know a lot of you ladies be having the hair salons and things like that. Get an LLC, right? Very important. Get another entity. Utilize that entity. Get QuickBooks, right? Hey, I know an accountant, that can set you up with QuickBooks. very good accountants, that's going to help you. You don't want to hide your money. Don't hide it, right? Make sure that you pay your taxes, because at the end of the day, when they get ready to get that house, they're going to be looking at whatever that net income is. And if you are hiding the money, then your net income is going to be real low and you won't be able to get a house. So you want to show the money. It's okay. Show it. Pay the taxes. Just make more money. Hey.
That's key.
Just make more money. Yeah, and then you won't really worry about it, because you're going to get the tax breaks anyway. Or save 10% of your whatever you make, right? Just set it to the side, right? So, that's a whole different topic. We can talk about LLCs and S corporations, things like that, for all you business entrepreneurs out there, I'm willing to help you and talk to you about that and walk you through that, because I want everyone to win. I want you guys out there, making your money, but, at the same time, I want you guys to make sure your credit is good. I want to make sure, that you're going in the right direction, to, get that credit good. So do you want to tell them anything about credit?
What I want to say is, it's mostly to you, but I feel like the people want to know, how do you feel about Credit Karma? Because I know tons of people who love Credit Karma. Yeah. Do you think it's such a bad thing to use?
I would say Credit Karma it's kind of like a base in a sense, and what that means is it's kind of a base. It kind of gives you an idea. I wouldn't rely on Credit Karma though, because it's an algorithm. Okay, so it's just averaging. Yeah. And your credit is probably gonna be all over the place. You may think you got a 650 and turn around and I got a 580. How did that happen, right? It's because it's an algorithm. Yeah. And they're kind of behind, and it's not that accurate. And LOs, that mean banks, lending, they don't look at that. They don't follow that. So you have to basically go by their guidelines. And based on what I've told you, you can just follow the things that I told you. That will actually do what you need to do in order to qualify for a house, right? The banks, that's what they want on there. They want to see it, in line. Yeah. And then it doesn't have to be something where it's that you have debt on there. That's okay. You can have debt, right? In matter of fact, you can have some bad debt, right? I know that sounds kind of strange, but you can have bad debt on there. The thing with the bad debt, though, you don't want it to outweigh what your debt to ratio is. Right. So it's always better to get rid of that bad debt, right? So that doesn't affect, the good debt, right? So if you can just wipe that off, get rid of that, it's going to help you, right? And even the good debt, make sure it's not a lot of good debt, right? So there's a lot of things that they've done to change, the way to get good credit and be able to get a house. So yeah, when it comes to Credit Karma, take it as a grain of salt. It's a grain of salt, right? Just don't use that as law, because I'm going to tell you right now, when you get ready to go to the LO, they're going to be like, sorry, this is what your report is. Because what they're going to do is they're going to look at the three scores, and they're going to look at the middle score. Whatever the middle score is. Yeah. Whatever that middle score is, the score you're going to use. So you got to have a high back end and a low other end, but whatever that middle one is,
that's the one.
That's one. They're not going to average it. They're just going to look at what that middle score is. So you want to just get all your scores, and Experian is a really big one. Yeah. So you want to see if you can push that one up.
They have an app too, so
they do, huh?
It's so helpful. They'll send you alerts daily, like, oh, you're doing great or you're doing bad. So don't be scared. I feel like a lot of people too are just afraid to even see what their credit score is. Like, you don't know if you don't look. So you just have to do it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know. You just have to. You got to do it. That's a part of adulting.
Yeah, that's right. Adulting. I love that. But that's true. You got to look. I mean, it could be. Doesn't matter how bad it is. I don't care if it's 300. Who cares? Yeah. You got to start from somewhere, right?
Everyone starts somewhere, and everybody's credit is different. It's like a snowflake. It's a good analogy some people use. It's not all going to be the same. Everyone has different issues or things going on in their life, so not one is the same.
That's right. And that's true. So the first thing you want to do is, like I said again, you want to pull your report. You want to pull your report. You want to get it from where I was talking. There's a Federal Trade Commission. They have this. We've sent out information through your emails. And if we don't have your email, because we can send you information through your email, and your full name as well. You can actually send that over to us as well, so we can get you on our list, so we can get you set up with some of your things, that we're sending out. Because like I said, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can always get in contact with us. Trust me, I'll answer the question. I mean, it's a lot of people call me, and I'll talk to them until, you're comfortable, where we can kind of have you on the right path, right? So yeah, don't feel nervous about that. Feel free. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Lyric as well.
We'll answer.
We'll answer. Yeah, the things she knows now, she knows a lot of stuff. So, and if she doesn't know, she'll refer you back to me, and I'll be able to help you as well. So, what I want to do too is I want to give you that number again. It's 1-877-322-8228. Once you call that number, then it's going to ask, for some information that only you would know. Just give them the information. It's Federal Trade Commission. Once you give them that information to verify, then probably within, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks top, you'll start seeing your credit reports. It's only 3, that you'll get. And once you get them, crack them open, read them, look at them, and they do have forms in there, that'll tell you how you can mail information back to them. They also have a place in there too. You can send your email, and they can email you whatever results too that you're looking to get too. So no, it's way better than it was back in the day. Back in the day we had to mail everything out to them, and it was just, oh man, it took forever. I think that's why a lot of people didn't do it.
It's so much easier now.
It's
at your fingertips.
It's really easy, but it doesn't matter. Hey, you want to make sure that your credit is good. You want to make sure you have no issues on your credit, because that's going to help you, get to where you need to be. And I know a lot of people, get kind of concerned, and they don't even think they can get a house. And the reason is because they don't know what's going on, with their credit. So yeah, we're here to help you. We want to make sure that, we do, get you a house. I mean, that's something that's great. And also too, what I want to show you is as well, here's a great book. I've had this book quite a long time. I don't know how old it is, but I had it for quite a while. It's a really good book right here. You see, Mary Hunt, Cheap Skate Monthly, right? Money Makeover. It's a simple book. I mean, it's really simple. It's almost like a grade school book. I mean, literally first graders, second graders can read it. Yeah, it's nothing. It's a nothing little book, but I'm going to tell you something. Once you read this book, you're going to be like, wow, man, this thing has some very good information. That's a lot of good nuggets in there, and I can follow this and, begin to build something, begin to build me a savings account and, pay my bills on time and, just get everything back on track. Really good little book, little cheap book. You probably can get it at Barnes & Nobles.
Amazon,
yeah. I don't know if you guys go to Barnes & Nobles these days.
I know.
It ain't that many, right?
Left, yeah,
it ain't that many.
They might have it.
They may still have them, right? But you can order it online. I mean, there's all these little book clubs. And
too.
You can go to the library, huh? You can order it at the library and get it sent to you, kind of like that. So, but it's a very good read right here. Mary Hunt, the Cheapskate Monthly. Hey,
get it.
Yeah, check it out. Hey, it's gonna help you. Anything that's gonna help your credit and get you to where you need to be. I'm here to help you and help you move to the next situation.
Yep.
Even if you're trying to rent too, that's gonna help you. Some of you guys may not be ready yet. You may be looking for that rental, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna run into some issues.
Yep.
So you want to make sure your credit is top. You go in, you're not nervous about it. Everything is clean, and you just say, "Hey, I'm ready. This is what I want." You pick what you want, right? You don't pick what they give you or take what they give you. You pick what you want because you know that you're in line to get it.
Exactly.
Right? So, you want to do that, and that's good. So, any closing thoughts or anything?
Save your money, guys. That's all I have to say. That's so important. If you don't save your money, you can't really get to the next level, especially if let's just say you're renting right now. You have to put some money aside so you can build, so you can prepare to, save for that house. Because if you don't have any savings, you can't really get that house. And that may sound like really stressful, but that's kind of the only way to do it, unfortunately. Build your income, put some money away, rainy day fund, and don't wait till the last minute to look for your forever home, because it's going to take some time. Even though the market is kind of cooling off, still got to be proactive, and the earlier the better. You don't want to wait till your lease is about to be up, like 2 months later. It's just, you don't want to go through that headache. So save your money and be proactive.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Hit us up again. Get in contact with us. You can hit us up at Donnell 40 Acres. Mm-hmm. Like we always say, you can. That's our IG, right? Mm-hmm. Come on there and check us out. Also, Donnell 40 Acres. Obviously, this is our YouTube channel, right? Mm-hmm. Come on, thumbs up, right? Subscribe, like,
share the video.
Share. We love it. Any comments you want to say, type them in there. Hit us up. Let us know any other topics you guys are interested in. You can let us know as well. Mm-hmm. We want to help you as much as we can, whatever those topics are. You can hit us up on our Facebook page. Hit us up in Messenger. You can also give us a call at 480-788-3543. That's 480-788-3543. Probably need a sign, right? Put that sign up there. At this point, that's right.
Or have a projector. We can
That's right. But you can definitely hit us up, and then also, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, my personal Gmail, Donnelllyric@gmail, and my personal Instagram @Donnelllyric. I'll put everything below. We'll answer whatever questions you have, or if you have an idea for our next video, we'd love to talk about it too. So. Yeah.
Definitely. No, that's great. Also, too, you can hit Lyric up too. She has her own videos.
Oh yeah, I have my own.
That's right. It's a little different off the topic of what we're talking about.
I have my own personal YouTube channel, but it's the same. It's @Donnelllyric, and it's on YouTube. It's various different topics. Like the last video I did was about confidence, so it just really depends what I'm, thinking about doing. So yeah, stay tuned for that too.
That's right. Yeah.
I do weekly videos just like how we do. So
that's right. Support her. Come check her out. As they say, smash it up. The thumbs up. Smash it. Right.
Comment. Share it out.
Yeah. Anything you need to know about what she's talking about at her YouTube. They'll talk. Hey, she'll talk about it. Bring in some guests. Whatever we need to do to make it happen.
We'll have it ready. Everybody.
That's right. So, all right. So, hey, we out of here. If you have any questions, you know where we at. Peace out. Talk to you soon. Hey, happy days.
Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, happy Labor Day, right? Yeah, enjoy the weekend, folks.